This Tune In Tuesday, I've been thinking about how amazing it is that we connect with certain souls that we've known before. And I really believe, given the population on the planet and how many choices we have now about where we can be and when we can be there, that the way that we connect with those souls that we have known in other lifetimes, the way that we find each other is through listening to our synchronicity. And I've even had situations in my life where something changed last minute that made me go out of my normal plan, which put me in touch with someone that I needed to meet. At one point, 20 years ago, I, at the last minute, decided to go to a writer's workshop up in the mountains in Colorado. They had room for me. And then someone that became a really important person in my life had been in the United States hiking through Rocky Mountain National Park, twisted his ankle, and ended up having to go into the town nearby because he couldn't walk all the way back to where he was planning to go and get a room at the hostel. And that's how we met. And in fact, even though we had a great conversation, we never would have stayed in touch if it wasn't for a woman that was there that was, both of our mother's age. And she looked at him after he gave her his business card and handed the card to me and said, "I think she needs this." And so it was a few months later where we actually started communicating and becoming connected online. And then so many important experiences happened through that relationship. Another example is when I was leading the retreat in Crete in 2019. I had the sense all along that there was another woman. There was like one more woman that was supposed to be at this goddess retreat. And I first thought it might have been a person that I met when I was traveling a little bit before the retreat. And then the last day of our retreat, a woman checked into the place that we were staying, and she kept staring at us from a distance. And she was from Eastern Europe, and she came over and started talking to us and asking us, "What are you here for?" And was really urgent and insistent about it. And then it was extremely clear that she listened to her intuition. She totally planned this trip and followed her guidance to the location we were all at because she knew she was supposed to be there and make a connection with us. And several of us felt from that experience, just in that one day of our meeting her and feeling her show up, that it was part of our soul contract just to make a little contact with each other in this lifetime. She was one of the souls that we had been with in a lifetime together, and she was called to be there with us, even though she didn't know why. She just followed her intuition and came. So I want to invite you this Tune In Tuesday to think about those moments when you have been in your synchronicity and that led you to an important person in your life, even if that important person was someone you spent a week with or a day with or years with. And check in with your soul and say, "Hey, is there any other souls that would be in my highest good for me to connect with? And I'm listening, and please guide me." So that's my thoughts today. I really am grateful for the way Spirit has led me to so many amazing people in my life through listening to my own synchronicity. And often that involves disrupting our plans. Often that involves something changing and going differently than we had in mind.